There are moments in life that don't feel important while they're happening. They don't come with warning signs. There isn't any music playing in the background. I was 13 years old and I looked 9. And I was about to get in the car of a man who owned a drug corner in the heart of Philadelphia, the Badlands. What you just heard is the opening of my book. Every word in it is true. This is my life. The streets of North Philly and Reading. The money, the addiction, the people I lost, and how I made it out. I'm not gonna read to you in order. I'm gonna give you 3 moments, 3 pieces of my story, out of order, like a movie trailer. You decide if you want the rest. The first pack. Alright. 1 word. That was all it took. Good looking, I said. Trying to sound calm, trying to sound like I had been there before. I opened the passenger door, stepped out, and gently closed it behind me. The car pulled away. For a few seconds, I just stood there. The neighborhood hadn't changed. Cars still rolled past. People still walked down Allegheny Avenue. The L rumbled in the distance. Somebody was arguing across the street. Life kept moving exactly as it had before I got into this car. But I wasn't the same kid who had climbed into it. 13 years old, and I thought that was the best day of my life. 2 bags. A year later, I'm 14, end of my shift. 2 bags of weed left in my pocket. Watch how fast a life changes. Yo, you got weed? I looked down at the last 2 bags in my pocket. Damn, I told Chan, let me get rid of these real quick so I can leave clean. He looked at me, go ahead. To this day, I still think about that moment. Any other time, he probably would have loved to told me, nah, your shit's over. But not that day. Funny how life works. Sometimes the smallest decisions changes everything. I handled the guy, my last 2 bags, money exchanged hands. Dennis was with me. We were rolling up a blunt, laughing, talking, just enjoying the afternoon. We hadn't even made it halfway up the block. Out of nowhere, police cars everywhere. They came from both directions, lights flashing, doors flying open. Then one of the cars opened. Stepped out the same man I had just sold last 2 bags to. He looked right at me. My stomach dropped. 14 years old, my first felony, as they handcuffed me. I wasn't thinking about prison. I wasn't thinking about my future. I wasn't even thinking about my mother. The only thing I was running through my mind, in my head was, damn. All because of the 2 bags. Damn. Macho. If you ask me to name one person who shaped my teenage years more than anybody else, the answer would come without hesitation. Macho. He wasn't just my friend, he was my brother. Not by blood, not by life, but by bondage. We shared everything: food, clothes, money. If I bought a new outfit, he wore it. If he bought something fresh, I wore it. Neither one of us had to ask. We weren't keeping score. We were family. What happened to Macho is in the book. 14 years old, first felony. And that wasn't even the bottom. The reason this book is called Born Again from Broken is because broken is where my story starts. It's not where it ends.